After the second shot, felt a little weakness and a headache. People were shivering, overall weakness. I would probably want the vaccine to get me back to the normal life, but
So today we are talking to Yuri, who happened to be one of the first people who got COVID-19 vaccine in the San Francisco Bay Area. Billions of people worldwide are worried about the vaccine and whether or not it's effective, are there any side effects? So we have a unique opportunity to talk to the person who just recently went through the vaccination. So my first question is, Yuri, how did it go overall?
Overall, I think it was a good experience. Nothing major happened to me or my health. No major side effects.
Tell us more about the process.
We were designated as first responders. I currently serve in U.S. Coast Guard, and we received, I would say, about 1,000, maybe 2,000 vaccines that were made available for U.S. Coast Guard. And the first round of vaccination was in middle January. So I did not go for the first round, decided to take a look how the vaccine would possibly affect my shipmates. But after everybody received the second dose, I saw that people didn't turn green. Everybody was healthy and alive. So whenever the second round, I signed up and received my first dose in mid-February and my second dose on March 2nd.
Is the vaccination currently required?
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccine is not mandatory, unlike influenza vaccination.
Are there any people around you at your work who refused to get vaccinated?
Yes, there are several people who have refused, and the main reason was that none of the existing COVID-19 vaccines were FDA approved. So they make a difference between the emergency approval that they all received and regular FDA approval. So I think they will wait until FDA approves all the vaccines on a regular basis, and then they will get vaccinated. And I think that what stops the Coast Guard from saying that the vaccine is mandatory.
So during the vaccination period, during these 3 weeks, were you required to change your routine in any way?
The only restriction was the travel. We were asked not to travel further than 150 miles for 2 weeks before the first dose and in between the first and second dose.
So you were not required to take any vitamins, anything that would support your immune system?
There was no extra requirements, just the travel and regular pandemic requirements, avoid large gatherings. I guess the main reason is to reduce the risks of getting the coronavirus in between the shots.
So a lot of people worldwide have their doubts about the vaccine. Basically, everyone has their own reasons. We see new variations of the virus. Lots of people are simply, like you said, not confident in the vaccine enough since it's not FDA approved yet. So tell us more about what you felt after the first shot.
After the first shot, there was just a little pain in shoulder for about 2 days from the shot itself. And there was no other side effects.
What about the second shot?
After the second shot, felt a little weakness and a headache for about a day, maybe 2 days. And there was no other side effects for me. My colleagues, on the other hand, it was about 50-50. Some of them were like me. The other half felt a little bit sick for about 2 days. Shivering, overall weakness, but the condition was improving, and by day 3, everybody was back to normal.
So you mentioned that before you got vaccinated, you had a conference call where doctors were able to answer your questions about the vaccine. Was it enough in terms of information, or you feel there should be more education?
I personally did not have any questions. I dialed in to listen to what other people were asking. There were lots of questions about side effects and if pregnant women could take the vaccine. And we pretty much received very clear answers. That first of all, there is no data available if a pregnant woman can be vaccinated. I think the companies who develop the vaccines trying to gather more information about it. And the side effects, people were shivering, overall weakness, but nothing, no major like health issues that were induced by the vaccine.
So is there anything that changed for you specifically after you got the vaccine?
Nothing has changed for me, except maybe for a little peace of mind. I'm still practicing the same precautions as before. Probably part of it is that my wife hasn't received the vaccine yet. But overall, I would say it's just a little peace of mind for me, hoping that the vaccine will lessen my chances of getting sick. Or if I do get sick, that my symptoms will be less severe.
What would you advise to those who are terrified by the fact that sooner or later they will have to get vaccinated?
I would say that people can have their own opinions, but as my personal experience and what I have seen at work, we're still, in overall good health, good condition, no major health issues that were reported. I wanted to add that my side effects after getting a Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine were less painful than after getting an influenza vaccine that we're required to get every year.
Can you bring up a couple of side effects that you had with influenza vaccine?
Usually I get sick. Like I literally for 5 to 7 days have a runny nose, feel weakness. I'm not sure if my temperature goes up. I usually don't measure it until it's too bad. But usually after the influenza vaccine, I'm like actually out with the cold for about a week. It didn't happen after the COVID-19 vaccine. I would probably want the vaccine to get me back to the normal life, but actually it didn't change anything. I'm still using the same precautions and wearing a mask and wash my hands frequently.